Nah, nope. Bruh. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation show shop, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody? The Live with Liteskin Lou Show is back in the building. Today, we have very special guests in the building. I'm Liteskin Lou, and this young lady right here to my left is the lovely, lovely Kiki.
What's up, y'all?
But before we get started, I want to thank our last week's guest, our guy, Ray John, Picasso, Chance, for coming through and showing love. I want to thank our loyal fans for always pulling up. So if you're in here for the first time, hit that like button. And if you're in here for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Our next guest is a former amateur standout with a record of 65-14, where he's now a pro prospect in the Super Bantamweight division with a record of 4-0, 4 KOs, fighting out of the Lion's Den from the Bay Area. He is none other than Steve Toomuch Johnson.
Hey guys, it's nice to be on the show. Thank you guys for having me. I'm ready to get into it.
That's right. That's right. What's up, young fella? We can't thank you enough for having you on the channel. The Live with Liteskin Lou Show and Critical Sports Agency. Episode number 3. Special shout out to Gabe Blinder and Trace Bailey. We look forward to doing multiple interviews with you guys. Let's get it done. As we said before, we have a special guest in the building. Young fella, let's start this thing off right by just telling the people a little bit about yourself and how you put those boxing gloves on.
My name's Steve, first off, it's Steve Johnson. And I started boxing at age 13. I'm currently 22. And I really was just looking for something to do, keep time pass. And my dad was real a big spokesperson in my life, which he still is today. And he's kind of helped me guide to figure out what I want to do, whether it was basketball, soccer, just something to stay active so I wouldn't get tied into the outside world, streets and stuff like that. And I happened to see a boxing match not too long before that. And I was always a little fighter when it came down to being outside and stuff. So I'd actually take me to a boxing gym, and I started doing it. I was there for a few weeks, for a few months, and I'm just dude, I kind of love this, I might be good at something like this. So that's really how I got into get to, the level of boxing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So were there any other sports, and when did you know you wanted to go all in with the boxing?
Any other sports? Not really. I played basketball in
Okay.
8th grade, but I'm 5'3", so that didn't work out well. Yeah, so.
But Muggsy Bogues was 5'3", though.
I'm not Muggsy Bogues.
That's a good point.
Jump. So yeah, I had a little short-lived basketball career, and then my true heart was always in boxing. Though I found that pretty easily when I got into the ring and I sparred for the first time, and I just started picking stuff up really fast, sparring grown men. I'm only 13 years old, so I was just feeling an adrenaline rush, something I never had before. That's how I really got so deep into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what was it like growing up in the Bay Area, man? As a young kid, what was it like growing up?
Growing up in the Bay is it's a rough environment. I still come to the Bay Area at this age I am now. So it's just a rough place. A lot of hostility, a lot of just looking over your shoulder and stuff like that. But when you got good parents and a good family and a good structure, you can make it out of anything. And that's what I was blessed to have. I got 2 wonderful parents. Just a good team overall. So they raised me right since birth. Shout out to my grandmother. Shout out to my dad, my mom, my stepmom. Just amazing people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always good for a fighter, man, to have a great foundation with anything in life, whether you want to be a doctor, a scientist, a boxer, whatever. It's always great to have that foundation. So I'm glad you mentioned that because that's vital for a person just surviving in life, period.
Definitely.
Um, as I was researching you, I'm like, damn, he had a hell of an amateur career, man. So look, guess what? I'm so anxious to have you. Let's talk about your amateur career.
Amateurs, it was a crazy start, man. Like, you know, when I first started boxing, I think I only started at 13, which is kind of late. But a lot of boxers, considering most boxers, especially to like the caliber that I compete at now, have started since age 8, 7, 3, 2,
Yeah.
just being in the gym. You know that, especially if you're from like the DC, DMV area, they all start as babies. And amateur boxing was something new to me. I didn't really understand it at first, honestly. I just thought you fight, you got to be like Floyd Mayweather, never lose, always keep that undefeated record, get knockouts. Like, I was green. I didn't understand that. But I got my experience, and I remember, I think I was like 2 fights in, 3 fights in, and my dad, I got an email from USA Boxing because I registered to USA Boxing, obviously. And they sent me a little thing talking about there's a national tournament. And I was like, "Ooh, Dad, I want to go to this. I want to go to this." And he just kind of like brushed me off. And eventually, he realized, "Hey, my son might be really good. Let me take him." And he put the money together, and we went on my first amateur tournament. And then that's when like the addiction of boxing hit. That's when I saw boxing was nationwide. Like there's fighters of all different levels. That's when I met some of the people like Bruce Carrington, Shushu, uh,
Yes.
White Chocolate, Nikita. A lot of boxers that are present in today's time that I'm just like, dang, bro. These people I met when I was 14, 13, and they really put a stain on my life. They made me realize that boxing is bigger than just amateur club shows. So
Yes.
that's one of like if you want to start off my journey as an amateur, and then it gets really deep, leading up to all my big fights against Jamal Harvey, Emilio Garcia. I've had so many wars, so many battles that made me battle tested in the amateurs. I fought a lot of hard fights really early in my amateur career with not a lot of experience. Some I won, some I lost, but from every fight I learned. I learned a lot, man. Like I probably absorbed so much knowledge. It's crazy in the last, I don't know, 9 years of being a boxer.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Your amateur career, I think you like 65 and 14, maybe. Um,
Something like that. Yeah, 65,
yeah,
14, 17, 14, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. Who would you say was your toughest opponent?
My toughest opponent, depending on what Johnson we got that day, honestly. It just depends on which one I was, because I've had opponents that was really skilled, and I made easy work of them because I was just so locked in. So like, it's hard to say who's my toughest opponent because I don't want to
Mm,
discredit anybody.
mm,
But dang, that's
That's
tricky.
a yeah.
I would say Jamal Harvey was very difficult when it came down to like overall. Like it was a lot of
okay,
pressure. It was a lot going
okay.
on. He's very talented. I'm very talented, and it was just a chess match on high speed. So when it comes down to
Hmm.
like mentally difficult, that was a very mental battle. You know, but
Okay.
I've had hard fights physically. Like the first time I ever fought in elevation, for example, I fought his name is Junebug. Fights on the Golden Boy Promotions now.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys
Okay.
are familiar with him. He's actually up to fighting pretty soon, if not already fought.
Okay.
That fight, that was my first time moving up to youth, which is 3 minute rounds and everything. And my first time in elevation, and that fight was a dog fight because I just couldn't breathe. I wasn't used to it. I was so novice, like I said, just coming in. That's what made it really hard. But I never say I really had any fight that was like, dang, bro, that was like too much for me. Nothing's ever been
Hmm.
too much for me. That's not too much.
Yeah, one tournament, I was surprised that you fought Harvey that early in the tournament. I
Yeah,
thought,
everybody
they
was
had
like
the most skilled fighters to play it out so they can meet in the later rounds. I was
Right.
surprised about that.
for sure. And I definitely would say like I could have played a factor. Anything could have played a factor. You know what I mean? I was definitely expecting to fight that fight later on. That was a big early fight, and it was fireworks though. All respect to Jamal Harvey. He's a great fighter, absolute generational talent, and I don't regret any of it.
Hmm. Hmm. Some of your accolades in your amateur career were USA Boxing Elite Summer Festival National Champion, gold medalist, USA Boxing State Junior Olympic Champion. You also won the prestigious Sugar Bert Gold Medal 2 years in a row. What would you say has been your most memorable moment
My most
and
memorable
or your biggest accomplishment?
was definitely the summer festival. I had to dig real deep in my bag for that. I took a lot of focus, a lot of heart, a lot of luck, and just communication. Because after all those years of practicing on not just how to be a better fighter, but how to win. Because winning it's like a recipe. It's like a cookbook. You gotta learn how to win. You don't just wake up and be a winner one day. You gotta learn the sauce. It's a little bit of sugar. It's a little bit of salt. It's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Like it's that you gotta learn how to win. You gotta learn what focus means, what it means to really lock in and learn how to win. So I feel like that was my learning area. And like I know I won the Sugar Birds and stuff like that prior, but that was a lot of just hard work and a lot of my God gifted talent. But I felt like to win the summer festival as an elite fighter, it means a lot to me because it took a lot of pieces. You know what I mean? When it came down to coaching, me, myself, my dad, Coach Joseph, a lot. It was an astonishing moment. I never forget.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, just looking at your amateur career, I was like, damn, he's been places. He's been in there with the best. He's beat the best. It's a wonderful thing. But I want to move forward to your pro debut, January 20th, 2024, Sacramento Doubletree Hotel. I like to say everything because to take your mind back to that moment against Philip Ramirez, it was.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Talk a little bit about that.
that was crazy because I had actually my pro debut was always anticipated to be in 2024. Like since said I was gonna get back there. Even though I didn't become an Olympian, like my dreams of, I accomplished one dream, and that was to become a 2024 professional boxer. And that whole moment was just surreal. Honestly, I had a lot of family there. I had about 250 people alone just come to me all the way in Sacramento. And I'm from San Francisco, so that's two hours, 2.5 with traffic. So for over 250 people to come see me fight for my first professional bout ever, it was just like a dream come true. It was it was just an adrenaline rush. It was crazy. It felt good. I got that first round knockout. Picture perfect, honestly. It was dope.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
perfect. That's right. So let me ask you this: was it everything that you thought it'd be, and was there any like nervousness in that first pro fight?
Honestly, I'm like, this one. I don't want to sound like cliche or anything. I don't really get nervous, like when it comes down to like fighting, because I trust myself and I trust like what I fit in. Only thing I could say is that I did get nervous when I got in the ring myself. Like when I actually stepped in the ring and I looked around and I saw all the people screaming, I was like, I was not even nervous. I would say butterflies. I caught butterflies for a second, and then I was like, all right, let me log back in. Because it was like a thrill of emotions. Like, damn, this is what I've been waiting my whole life for.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So your second fight, I believe, was in Mexico, and most of your fights have been in Mexico, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was that experience like fighting in Mexico and being in Mexico?
Honestly, my last three fights have been in Mexico, and all of them have been really good. Honestly, the people treat me well. It took a second for the fans to adjust to me and my dad and his loud character self. But I think we found a little home in Mexicali when it comes down to that. Like they really do enjoy my fighting style, and I enjoy their presence, honestly, because it's really cool. Fighting those tough Mexicans, they teach me a lot too. Because they rugged, they tough, they'll fight. However, they'll fight any type of way they need to get the job done.
Yeah.
They come in real hungry and real prideful. So it's just more pride they bring, the more pride I bring. I match energy real fast.
That's right. That's a great lesson. That's a great position to be in because it's sharpening you up. So when you get in that ring to get a real fight, it's like second nature to you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they be I feel like a lot of people miscredit my fights sometimes, like they don't understand. A lot of people say, oh, you don't get no credit for the fights out there. You don't get no credit for beating those guys. But if you look at these dudes I'm fighting, some of these dudes never been stopped. Some of these dudes are 500 records, 3-3, 4-2. Like I'm fighting real opposition. That these I might not be fighting in the States, but these are the same people that y'all are bringing to the States. You know, so
Exactly.
what does the
Yeah.
location really matter? And I'm getting some of the best sparring with some of the most rugged and tough people that I could find. I'm dealing with adversity. Like, like my second fight, I fought a dude. My third fight, I fought a tall dude at 122.
Yeah, I
He was
see.
strong.
Yeah.
He even hit me one time on the top of my head, and I was like, he got me by surprise. I'm like, okay. I took a second. I learned from that. Like, I'm really learning out there. I'm getting really good experience that a lot of these fighters aren't getting at home in the States. They're throwing flurry punches, and they stopping the fights because the promoter trying to save out on not letting people get beat up. It's war in there. They let you get laid down. That's how it go out there in Mexico. And that's what I will say.
Yeah.
I'm really learning. Like, they fight
Yeah.
hard, man. They fight dirty. They fight hard. You got to learn how to deal with it because that's reality. You see Pitbull Cruz the other night. He hit me in
Yes.
the hips. He hit me behind the head.
Oh, you picked up on that too, huh?
Come on, man. And like, I'm not calling him dirty, like in a disrespectful way, but it's boxing. It's a fighting game. So you got to
And they don't
learn
be
it.
trying to go down at all.
Man,
Be prideful.
they need to look up Bernard Hopkins because Bernard Hopkins did whatever he had to do, hitting you on the shoulders, the hip, all of that stuff, man. This is part of the game, man. You got to be ready for it. And that's what's prepping you fighting down there in Mexico. It's prepping you so when you do encounter something like that, it's like second nature. You know how to navigate through that.
Yeah, it's real. That
Yeah.
navigation is real because you gotta be a pit in the fire to even see if you can make it out. When the lights come on,
Absolutely.
when you on top rank, when you on matchroom, and the lights turn on, and they give you the same dude that I already fought, what you gonna do? You gotta get the practice in, and reps.
That's right. Now, upon researching you, I seen one of your weigh-ins. You seem like a very animated guy in the weigh-ins. I seen you come out one time. You went right in the dude's face, and you was just like, in front of his face. Talk a little bit about your mannerism doing weigh-ins.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a pretty cool guy. Like when it comes down to like my daily life and how I live and everything. But when it's time to make weight, making weight ain't no joke to me. Fighting ain't no joke to me. So I come very serious. Me and my dad like to term I'm tripping, and I just like to come tripping. When it's time to make weight, when it's time to square off, there is no line of respect. There is no line of I hope you do well. Good luck. No, none of that. I come here to beat you up, and you came here to try and beat me up to the best of your ability. So
Yeah,
that's just how I come. Like that's what gets me in that next mode. And it's nothing personal to my opponent. I always at the end of the day do wish them like safety and stuff like that. But I come with all intentions to hurt, destroy, and be victorious every time.
That's right. Don't get no better than that. I love it.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your last fight. December 13th, second round KO. Congratulations on that. It was versus I think Johan Parra.
Mhm.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about your last fight.
My last fight was it was a very intense training camp I had. I was super focused, very locked in, and all I could think about was Johan Parra every day. That's all I think about. That's all I meditate about. Manifesting how I'm gonna get this knockout. I knew I was gonna knock him out, honestly. And that's not because of like his record or him or anything like that. Because he was a stand-up dude. He was strong and everything. But when I mentally lock in and I tell myself what I'm gonna do and I really manifest it, there's nothing to do it but just to put the work in and create those opportunities, And I feel like that's what happened. Johan Parra, he came game, he came trained. I seen him on the Instagram. He was trying to, get his miles.
Look how he smiled. He was like,
yeah, he was trying to work, trying to get himself together, but he wasn't ready for what I had, man. And I just displayed that. That's all it was. And I was so like confident in my knockout. I even celebrated after immediately. I knew I was gonna celebrate. I didn't. It was fun though. It was definitely a moment. And I was surprised with the shot I did knock him out with because I didn't put no power on that shot. The shot that wobbled him, and he had like a little delayed reaction. But it was really like I was just stepping back trying to find range because he was trying to close distance. And I took a sharp angle and I threw a left hand. And at the same time, on the camera, people can't even see the punch because I threw it so quick. It was really just a snap of the wrist. And I just applied it right with the pinpoint precision. I laid him out. It was cool though.
yeah. I'll be always curious, like What are some of the lessons you learned from this fight that you could take into your next fight?
Honestly, just defense first. Keep my defense strong, and I always like to start off with just a variation of punches, seeing all my openings. Like I don't want to give too much about my game. I
Got
definitely, yeah, I definitely learned a
I
lot.
like that.
This is being a professional, just professionalism in these fights, learning how to greet my opponent, my walk-in, my weigh-in. Just every fight I'm getting better. I'm getting better at something, whether it's throwing a punch or it's the way I speak or if it's how I look a dude in his eyes, or I'm learning something. So that's what I like to say overall. I'm definitely getting better though.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So you now 4-0, 4 knockouts. What's next for you?
5-0, 5 knockouts, and that would be.
Let me write that down. 5-0, 5 KOs coming to you, near you.
Yes. I'm looking at hopefully fighting March 29th, hopefully in Mexicali. But I'm definitely fighting once again, 6-0, 6 KOs. April 26th, I believe, in New Jersey on Rajon Chancellor's card.
Okay.
Damn, that's close to home. That's from Cali to New Jersey, from Maryland to New Jersey. Okay, yeah. Hey, look,
Yeah.
you might be able to do something there, young fella.
Good luck, man.
Yeah. So now, how busy do you want to say? I noticed that you got off. You fought 4 times in 2024, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How busy do you want to stay?
I want to be really busy. Honestly, that's really me and my team's number one priority is keeping activity, keeping my fight count high, and just getting my reps, getting my experience as a professional. And I wouldn't even say like I'm not trying to be overly busy and rush myself, but I'm trying to be staying in the ring, keeping my feet wet. That's very important to me, especially because I'm an active style fighter. I like to get in the ring. I don't like long breaks in general. It doesn't serve me any good purpose. So just staying active, it's important. I even took a break this last year, closing in the 4-0. If you notice, I fought in January, but I didn't have my second fight until June and July.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I would have had more time to close in on even more fights. So you never know, man. This 2024, 2025, I can be closing in 5, 6 fights. Just depends how fast I keep knocking them out too.
Yeah.
They don't suspend you long when you knock them out fast.
Yeah.
That is true.
If I start going some rounds, maybe we'll slow it down. Let's see.
Yeah. So you're signed with Critical Sports and Entertainment Agency. Shout out to Gabe and Trace. How long have you been signed with them, and what's the experience been like so far?
I've been signed with Gabe since September. I remember I got signed like few days before my birthday.
Okay.
It's first been really well. They give me a lot of good assurance, a lot of good communication. Just great dudes. They're both really calm, supportive, and just let me know what they can do for me in the future and what I can do for them when it comes down to being the fighter I am and pushing the brand, pushing the company, and just co-working off each other. We work off each other. It's ain't a one-sided street. He don't work for me, and I don't just work for him. We work for each other.
That's right. Teamwork. I like that, man. That's a beautiful thing. If y'all just getting in here, man, y'all better hit that like button. And if you're in here for the first time, just look right over to your right and hit that subscribe button. The Live with Liteskin Lou Show at Critical Sports Agency, episode number 3, round number 3 with our guy, Steve Toomuch Johnson. And I like that nickname, Too Much. It won't be too much for us to ask you guys to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button because they ain't here chopping it up. We ain't here chopping it up with a young, up-and-coming young fighter, and they getting it for free. All we asking y'all to do is hit that like button.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
That's right. And subscribe and share it because this is the thing. They want to jump on the boat when the boat's already moving. Get on it before it starts moving. This young guy is 4 fights in, about to be 5, 6, 7. He told us just now 5-0, 6-0. Get on it right now. Now, let me ask you. Boxing is a tough sport, physically and mentally, man. What keeps you coming back?
What keeps me coming back is just my love for it. I have genuine love for boxing. And, this is what I was chosen to do. This is just what I've chosen to dedicate the rest of my life to in some way, shape, or form, even after my active career is over. And yeah, man, I just love the thrill I get from it. Even when I be teaching kids sometimes, helping out, I just can't get over it. It's like falling in love the first time every time I fight. You know?
Mhm.
I know it's a simple and short answer, but it has a lot of meaning, a lot of weight to it.
Nah, it's short, but it's impactful. Telling
Yeah.
us,
Mhm.
what keeps coming back because, like you said, boxing is a lonely sport, man, and you have to have a certain mental to keep coming back. So that's why I asked that question.
She'll kick you up. She'll kick you and beat you. She will.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't a little abusive. A little abusive. That's all right though.
Oh, man. What what life lessons would you say that boxing has taught you?
Boxing has taught me a lot of life lessons, honestly. Like even from just being like a little young dude with a temper tantrum. Like, boxing taught me to calm that down. You know, like you gotta respect people. You never know what somebody else knows. That's another thing. Like a lot of these dudes going around thinking they the baddest on earth because they got little hands or they got a little, you know what I mean, little pow. I don't know if you said it on here, but they might think that it's the, you know what I mean, the flyest shit ever. But in reality, like the same thing you got, the next man might have too. And you just don't know it. So you got to treat everybody with respect and just be cordial, you know, because we all dangerous in so many ways, but we don't have to always, provoke that and show that. And violence is natural. You're human. Like, there's nothing wrong with violence. You have an urge to be violent, but there's a place and a time that you can let that out. And boxing happens to be one of them. You know,
Mhm.
like, it's just more like teach you a lot of life lessons. Teach you how to be calm. Teach you how to talk to people with respect. Teach you how to respect yourself and your own body and understand what you're doing in your body too. Because a lot of us, we don't always put the best things into our body either, and we don't see the results because we're not doing something to challenge ourselves. But if you go, I bet if the average person is like, I'm gonna jump rope for 15 minutes straight, even though I'm a professional, that's the dude. But the average
Mhm.
guy, he might get a little fatigued, get a little tired, might throw up. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with me? Oh, bro, that's you eat McDonald's for 10 days, bro. You ain't been watching out, you ain't been watching your diet. But these are things that averagely pass over you. So it gets so deep on what boxing can do for you. It's however you look at it. Whether you got temper issues, whether you just feel like you need to learn how to respect people, you need to care about
Mhm.
your own self. It's just, I don't know, like, it's just so many layers on what boxing can do and what it has done for me.
That's right.
Yeah. You're in a very tough division. That 122 division, super bantamweight division, is super hot right now. So my question to you is, what's going to separate you from the rest of the division?
Honestly, it's more that I'm at 122, but I'm also a bannerman to come in. We're working our way down to 118. We're going to start fireworks down there as well. And
Okay.
122. I'm gonna be a dual hitter. I'm gonna be getting scraps at both weights in the very soon to be future. Honestly, that's another reason why I fight so often. Because I want to get higher in the rankings. I want to make sure these major fighters notice me. A lot of these fans notice me and know when I'm coming. And I'm coming real serious. And what makes me different is that I'm a package deal. I got my dad. I got the entertainer right there. I got the star-studded talent, and we just come real ferocious. And I have a story that's to be told. And not just your average story, but a really cool story. I feel like I've come from nothing. I went to a college prep high school, so I'm like a dude that had nothing, then got something when it came down to education, and then got something when it came down to my athletic career.
That's right.
I have options in life, and I really chose this. But it's like every option I ever had came from one, my hard work, and two, my father being there for me, being the man he is, and my mom and my stepmom raising me correctly.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's what's gonna separate the cream from the crop. It's just that I'm willing to sacrifice a lot to make myself great.
Mhm. I
Absolutely.
like that. I like that. And speaking of your dad, what's it like having him train with you or having him by your side in your corner and stuff like that? What's it like being with your dad?
It's really cool, man. Because honestly, having my dad there, it's like the extra safety net. Because I'm a professional. I'm gonna get it done with gloves. I'm gonna spar. I'm gonna fight. If he's not there, if he is there, I'll do what I gotta do. But when I got my dad there, and when it's all on the line, and I'm gonna be in that 12 round battle, and they say I need a knockout, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna dive for it. Because I got my safety net with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just about you have to be willing to let go. Sometimes you see like a fighter, he be in there, he be working, and he just won't let go. He won't shoot the trigger. He won't do it. Like something's stopping him. It might be fear, but when you got like your father, the man that created you, in your own corner behind you, right there, telling you do it, you're gonna shoot for the stars. You're gonna jump, and if you miss, you miss. If you hit, you hit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
Yeah,
that's the major difference. You willing to
Yeah.
take risks?
Do you think it's hard sometimes to separate the father son from the box? You know, the coach. Does it cause
Yeah,
conflict?
yeah. It can.
that's a good question, Kiki. You know
Talk
what I'm saying?
boxing all day, so honestly, I don't know if we ever actually separated it, but we do. We've recently learned to like try and separate. I'm his son, and I'm his fighter. Cause when we're in the gym, he doesn't even tell people, well, that's my son. So that's my fighter. Like,
Okay.
not fighter, Steve. You gotta be doing this. But then when we having a personal talk, my son, you know what I mean? I love you and stuff like that. So and these are things that I'm just now learning how to implement with my own dad. But it's very important to learn how to do these things. Because
Yeah.
boxing, she's abusive, like you said. You know what I mean? She very nosy. She likes to be all in your mix. She's not nice. So, you know what I mean, she can cause a little conflict sometimes, but even when it does, we always work our way out of it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Do what's best for myself. He do what's best for me.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the same goal: world championships, millions of dollars, and to be generational talents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad because I watched a couple of interviews. I seen your father interview, and he was saying, you know, what it means to him. He was talking about the speech that he gave you before you won your first national championship, I think it was. Talk a little bit about that. What did he say to you?
My first national championship, the speech he gave me.
Yeah.
You give me a lot of speeches, man. But I get those quite often. But honestly, even if I can't remember like the exact details of that speech, I will say one thing that my dad always embeds into me is just that you have to be willing to go places that other people aren't willing to go. You got to be willing to sacrifice it all when it comes down to the line of things and just really push yourself. If you push yourself, it's something we used to always say in fights. If you're exhausted and you exhaust yourself, how you think you feel? Because you train for this, you ready for this. And if you feel exhausted and you know you can push a little harder, keep pushing. Because pressure gonna buzz pipes or it's gonna make diamonds, you know? Not just an easy slogan people understand, but it really means something when you put it into perspective in that real fight game. So that's what it takes, man. It takes a lot of pressure. Are you willing to put pressure on somebody? And if you ain't willing to take it, it's like you're gonna crumble.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we had kind of talked a little bit offline, but what was your UK experience like working? I think you was working with Nick Ball 3 weeks in the UK.
Yeah, I was there for 3 4 weeks. And
Damn.
that was a crazy experience, honestly. And just working with Nick Ball, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about being professional, much more, because I was only 1-0 at that time. And now I'm 4-0. And we had gym wars, man. Gym wars and gym wars and gym wars. Just learning on how to adapt, learning how to work harder. And just being out there was crazy in general, too, because I'm coming from California. He's living in Liverpool. That's an 8-hour time difference. So I'm
Yes.
fresh off the plane. I wake up the next day. I'm not even. We sparring at 10 in the morning, 8 in the morning, whatever it may be. But it's 3 o'clock in the morning for me. I'm still sleepy, you know. So I'm basically waking up at 3 a.m. on my brain to go get a workout in or sparring. You know, it was crazy for sure. But I'm so blessed to like be putting in all this work and making those opportunities to where like I'm even actually going back to the UK in a few days to help them get ready for another fight and also prepare myself for my upcoming fights.
And how long will you be there
I'll be
this
there for another
time?
month.
For a month? Oh, okay.
Well, I'm
Wow.
glad we caught you beforehand because I don't know if we would have been able to do that time difference.
Yeah.
I'll be a road warrior, man. I'll be on the road, man. That's how you gotta get it, especially when you come from like San Francisco Bay Area. It ain't a lot of boxing routes out here. So, you
Mhm.
know, we gotta get on that bike and we gotta get to go places, get the moving and
That's
grooving.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. You get to experience the world though too. So
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
been following. I seen you over there. You was, posing, doing. You look like you was taking it all in when I seen you on your Instagram page how you was posting and stuff. It's a great thing to get the experiences because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? You might be going over there to have a professional fight, and guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to say, "I've already been here before."
And,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't even understand that too. Like I learned something really big. Like when you go out there and say if you get a title fight or anything like that opportunity, you should definitely go out there 2, 3, 4 weeks before. You got to prepare yourself mentally for climate changes, for time zones, all types of stuff. That stuff can really affect you, especially when you're in a big fight. The minor things matter. Like I couldn't imagine having to go fight for a world title on a 10, 12, 8 hour time difference and only being there for a week.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing yourself at that point. You know what I mean? I don't care if they're not paying for it. Get there some way, somehow. Catch a bus, train, hop, run. You better get there, boy. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about this Lions Den, man. Seeing on your page, and what's that experience like? How does that prepare you to do what you're doing now, the Lions Den?
The Lions, honestly, they're just like, they prepare me to what I do because I know I have a backbone. I got a good structure over there. Shout out to my man Cordell. Shout out to Amari Jones, Big Cordell and Lil Cordell. Those are my people. So they really support me. They push me through a lot of downs and ups in my life. And they really good people. So like I said, the Lions Den, it's really a community place. Like it's not just a boxing gym; it's a place of family. You got kids, you got teenagers. It's just nothing but nonstop boxing. You got TVs up in there with boxing. It's young, it's vibrant. It's really taking off, especially up here in the Northern California area. It's
Mm-hmm.
cool, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right,
Mm-hmm.
man. Y'all just get in here. Y'all better hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, Critical Sports Agency and the Live with Liteskin Lou Show. We're gonna continue to do this. This is episode number 3, round 3 with Steve Toomuch Johnson's in the building. Kiki, you empty your gun because Kiki be having like a million questions, man.
Gabe said your pops has the best dance moves in the ring.
What's up, Gabe?
He definitely does. I say that. And his dance moves in the ring I don't even know where they come from. I don't know if he's practicing them in the mirror. I don't know if they just come naturally. But
He
they
know he
love
gonna
him
be on
out
the big stage. He was in home
there.
practicing that joint.
I think it's natural, I swear, because he don't tell me nothing. I'll be with him. I don't know. It comes
And he'll break
natural.
out in the dance.
I guess it's just in the blood. Yeah. He always been a dancer though. He's just a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
He always been a funny guy. Expressing himself real heavy. So more
Who would
knockouts, more
you?
dances.
You say he does what?
I said the more knockouts, the more dances.
Yes, I like that. That's a good way to look at it too, right?
Well, look, I can't wait to see it when we get to see you fight.
You'll get a dance.
I'm gonna be right there with my phone like this. Look, record.
Who would you say is your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter, just being like a boxing fan and just loving the sport as it is, Tank Davis. Tank Davis is definitely my favorite fighter. I got a lot of respect for him, a lot of respect for the way he moves, and even the way he's like, from my point of view, how he's coursed his life from just being a young kid with a lot of opportunity to becoming like, a man with family and going through his adversity and also getting these all-star knockouts. Like that's hard. I couldn't imagine. A lot of pressure coming up under Mayweather's wing,
Mm-hmm.
and then not just achieving that, but overachieving that. And I got a lot of respect for that man. Some people say their own things, but I definitely respect Tank.
Yeah, I'm glad you said Mayweather promotion because there was this guy, Jersey Vargas. He called you out, man, and I can't get you out of here without talking about that. I've listened to the video like 3 or 4 times. The guy called you out, and from what I hear, I wasn't there, but from what I heard, you peppered him up, man. Talk a little bit about that experience.
Jersey, he got tagged. Man, he got tagged. I don't care what nobody say. Literally. So it was actually the whole situation was really funny. I went to the Mayweather gym to spar, and I was sparring this other guy, and he was actually cool. You know, my dad came in the ring. He like, anybody can get it. What's up? If you weigh this and under, jump in the ring. Hit Belt's ass. And they didn't like that. So they like, all right, put their mans in there. I do my thing on they boys, and they get real mad, like real mad. Him and another fighter, I forgot his name. It was going back and forth with my dad. They're like, oh, we'll spar you tomorrow, we'll spar you whenever. And then something came up, and I had to go to pound for pound that day to go spar. And I ended up going to pound for pound to spar, and I did like 6 rounds with a young good fighter. It was really good work. And as I'm getting out the ring, like 20 people walk in. I'm like, who are all these people? They pull up, they mad, they like, get in the ring, we won't smoke. I'm like, bro, I just finished sparring, but I'll still give you smoke. And it's a bunch of animosity going on, man. Like Carmel there, the High there, like it's just a bunch of people there. And he just like, oh, we can get in the ring right now. I'm like, bro, it ain't nothing to me. Like, I'll for you. And mind you, I'm only like 135 right at that point. He's like 160 something. He fight at 135. But we the same height, right? So I don't know. And we get in the ring and we start working and whatever. And I'm touching this boy up. I mean touching. He can't hit me. He getting all frustrated. He trying to hit me low one time. So it was getting spicy in there, man. And like you can even see, like I posted a few clips and stuff. I was touching that boy.
Yeah, people in the chat that's how I got my info. That's how I got my info. People, the chat is undefeated.
Yeah, man.
The comments is undefeated.
And the crazy thing is, like, people don't even know. I really don't dig dude because he sucker punching. It was it's not on tape, but it was in the break on the rest bell, and I was turning around talking to my corner, and he heard the warning bell. The bell was weird. It tells you when the round's about to start. So that's not the go bell. This is the rest bell still. And he comes across and he hits me with 2 times to the chin, ping, ping. And they're like, oh, and I push him off. Like, what are you doing? But like, if you such this knockout puncher, why you ain't flatline me when I have my hands down on my neck?
Especially you ain't see it coming.
I didn't even see it coming. So what? I got an iron chin, or you just pillow punching, buddy? So like, yeah, that's why I really don't got respect for dude, honestly. But other than that, he's cool. I don't really like hate nobody or anything like that. But I definitely want to fight him if he could ever make 122. He fight at like 35.
Yeah, I love the stories, man. I love it. I seen that. I was like, I can't get them out here without asking them that. I put that joint right here on my last page.
Like I said, it ain't nothing personal, but when it comes down to boxing, I feel I'm just a better fighter, and I feel like I showed that already. But, shout out to TNT though. They're doing well over there. They got a lot of good fighters. Carmel is a great fighter. They got what's his name? Candyman, great fighter. A lot of good fighters over there at No Other Connections.
Why you laughing?
I'm just laughing.
You empty your gun?
I got one last question.
Keep them running.
Where do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years?
The world champion.
That's right.
Hey, look, I keep my pen in my hand. I'm writing this up.
118 world champion.
That's right.
118 world champion.
I love it. I love
You
it,
empty
man.
your gun?
Yes, I have, man. It has been a blast, man. The Live with Liteskin Lou Show, Critical Sport Agency, episode number 3. Episode 4 will be coming to a theater near you. Steve Toomuch Johnson, young fella, we can't thank you enough for taking the time. As we can see, you probably just left out of the ring, working out, doing this, and we thank you for coming through. Is there any last words that you want to say to people in the stands or in the chat, and let them know where they can find you at?
I just want to let everybody know. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Check out my journey. I'm a young coming fighter, man. Move out here in this sport. I love if you guys follow me on Instagram. It's official One Johnson. The one is don't spell out one. It's like official, and then the number 1 and then Johnson. That's my handle on Instagram. That's my main platform. I share a lot of my daily content, a lot of my daily trips, sparring, and stuff like that. Cool entertaining for y'all. And just shout out Critical Sports. Shout out to my managers. Shout out.
Oh,
we lost him.
At the end.
Yeah, at the he froze. Hold up, y'all. Just bear with us, my man having technical difficulties. Hold on.
He was waiting to go. He just came from the gym, about to go into a session. What, yoga?
Yes,
I
he
think
said,
yoga
"Yo,
session.
yep, yep,
So might have froze up on him there.
yeah." Hey, let's tap into the chat, Kiki, while we doing that. See who in the building.
Okay, so while we waiting for him to come back, if he comes back, we got oh, his phone
Well,
died. Ali said his
oh
phone died.
man. Okay, okay.
So we thank him for joining us tonight. We
That's
really
right.
appreciate it. I'm glad it came at the end. I'm glad it died at the end. That way, we got through everything. We were just about to close out, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we wanted to thank everyone for joining us tonight. The people that was in the chat, the people that did not speak in the chat but were online, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to the chat that was in the chat: Ray Patterson, the Real Prophet, Sarge, E Supreme, of course, Trace, Ray Rogers from Urban Sports Scene Podcast. Make sure y'all check them out. Tune into their show. Follow them, Urban Sports Scene. Their sports and it's sports podcast. Y'all would love it. So check them out, Urban Sports Scene. Becoming 25 was in here. Dion Clubs, Trace again, Gabe. From both Gabe and Trace are both from Critical Sports and Entertainment Agency. So we want to shout them out and thank you for this past 3 episodes for putting this together for us. We appreciate y'all. Morales 301. Ali, thank you. Oh, it's Steve. Thank you guys. Sorry, my phone died. No problem.
That's right. Hey, look, I
We
got an
glad we
idea.
got through the interview. So
I
thank you.
I got an idea. This is what we're gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our guy, Steve Toomuch Johnson, for coming through. Flowers, man, we are so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. We look forward to seeing you in the future. Even though your phone died, guess what? You still here in spirit, and we're gonna send you off the right way.
Mhm. So make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at official one Johnson so you can follow his journey. Like he said, he posts a lot and he shows you his journey, him working out, going to different places. And like he said, in a few days, he's about to go to the UK and work with Nick Ball. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And he has a fight coming up in April. So y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow him. Also, we had Akima Mills in here. He said, great interview, fam. Sarge, he said he was on time. Oh, hey, Wanda.
My sister Wanda, what's up, baby?
So yeah, so we thank everybody and make sure y'all hit the like button on our interview tonight. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you following us on Instagram, Facebook. What else? Check out our website for some merch, or if you just want to check it out, live with LiteskinLouShow.com. What else we got? Oh,
Yeah, read your stuff. Read your stuff, girl. Do your
we got
thing.
the fights. We got the fights coming up in the area. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Get y'all tickets. If you can't get the tickets, make sure you watch them on TV. But if you can't get the tickets and you're in the area, make sure you support them. So we got the this fight isn't in our area, but the first fight this week coming up, February 8th, you got in Pro Box in Texas. You got Ramon Cardenas and Rihanna Rios, both are on Pro Box TV's card this weekend. Make sure you check them out. February 8th, they fighting in Texas. And while we talking about Pro Box, shout out to our guy Frankie, the franchise, Francois Scarborough Jr. He just
That's
signed with
right.
Pro Box TV. So we want to shout you out and congratulate you. We are so proud of you. We're so happy for you. You really deserve it. So we want to shout you out for that while we talk about Pro Box.
Yes, that's not have at it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that young fella, man. He's doing great things. I remember we first met this young guy. He was just turning pro, and 2.5 years ago, and now he's signed with Pro Box, and he's doing his thing. So if you in here, young fella, we are truly, truly proud of you. Keep doing great things, and guess what? The Live with Liteskin Lou Show is right behind you, champ.
Yes, we are Scarborough Nation for life.
That's right.
So some more fights. We got March 1st, of course, Lamont Roach Jr. versus Tank. Brooklyn, New York. Barclays Center. Make sure y'all check that out. It's gonna be on. If you can't make it, it's gonna be on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. You got on that card. You got from here fighting on that undercard. You got Nasheed Sugar Sheed Smith. You got Derek Scooter Davis. You got
Sir.
Trayvon the Sniper Marshall. You got Dave the Body Snatcher Whitmire. You got Gary, is it Gary Antoine Russell?
Yes.
Fighting on there. And of course, you got Tank and Lamont Roach Jr. from No Excuse. And they also got Team No Excuse. They also got a bus ride going up there. I believe it's $80. Don't quote me, but I think the bus ride is $80. And they have some packages where you can get the bus and the ticket for the fight. I think the general admission ticket and the bus ride is like $190. I'm not sure, but make sure you follow them, Team No Excuse on Instagram, and you can reach out to them to find out about the bus ride. But they got a flyer on their page, so they got a bus ride if you need to ride up there. If you're not going up there and you're home and you want to go to some fights, March 1st, you got Live Casino. You got fighting there. You got Ahmad Mojo Jones, you got Mike Fox, you got Makai No Limit Phillips, you got Tabish, you
Yes.
got Jeffrey Yu, you got Casey Williams, you got Chris Glenn fighting for a belt, you got Bazooka Joe Veazey, you got Scrappy Christian Vargas making his pro debut. And then on did I get everybody for that? Oh, February 15th, I forgot. You got Nick Isaac, the Liver
Yes.
King.
The
He's
Liver King.
North Carolina. So of course, if you might not be there, but or making it up there, but he is fighting on February 15th. So I want to shout him out as well. Then you got the fights coming March 8th. You got fights in DC, the Hamilton. You got
Sugar Wayne.
Dwayne Holmes Jr., Sugar
Yes.
Wayne. You got Stephon Hops, the bricklayer. You got Damon Nicholson. You got Max. Who else? I think that's it on that card that we know. On that card, that's all I know that has announced, that they fighting on March 8th for that. And then March 16th, you got the baddest amateur fights ever. You got the Thump Yard,
Yard.
Cabana in Hyattsville, Maryland, off University Boulevard, the Coca Cabana. So
We're gonna
make
be
sure
right
y'all
there.
get up there and check that out. And they also looking for sponsorships. So they got sponsorship packages. Follow them at the Thump Yard on Instagram. And I think I shouted out
Yeah,
everybody.
I think that's it.
All the fights, yeah.
Yeah, boy,
Put something up real big for next week. So yeah, just tune
yeah.
in, stay tuned to
Yeah,
it.
y'all better stay tuned. Y'all heard that she got something big cooking up, and I don't be knowing. I know when y'all find out. You know what I'm saying? So I just show up and I don't know. I just show up. But next week, y'all, we got something big for y'all. It's something relate to what I can't say now. We just got something big. I ain't giving y'all no hints. You have to pay me under the table.
Thank you, Trace. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we really who
We
was that?
really appreciate it. And we thank you for collabing with us,
That's
coming
right.
together with us and reaching out and putting all of this together.
That's
So
when
y'all, so
greatness.
many more to come.
That's right.
With Critical Sports and Entertainment Agency, we look forward to more interviews with your fighters.
That's right.
Even maybe your people in other sports.
Yes,
so.
that's right. Other sports, we don't discriminate.
Yep. With
That's right.
sports and entertainment. Any other sports, any entertainment.
That's right.
So you guys, we thank you for tuning in tonight. You wanna hit them with your closing?
Yeah, you was going, so I ain't want to stop your groove. You had things going. I ain't want to mess with your groove.
I was reading the church announcements.
Yeah, that's right. She's sending us off. She's sending us off with the blessings, y'all. But no, we truly appreciate you guys. Y'all guys stuck around. We've been in for another hour, another great interview.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, she got something in her sleeve for next week. So until then, y'all stay tuned to next week.
Thank you,
Stay
Dion.
humble. Who's that?
Dion Clubs. Thank you.
Oh, Dion, that's my guy. We met him at the Rose Crawl.
Oh, that's Dion. Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know that was his
Dion.
last name. Okay.
Yeah,
He looked
special
different
shout
on
out
his
to
picture.
Dion. Yeah, he
Hey,
cleaned up real
Dion.
good. What's up, champ? That's my guy. That man, everybody thought he was my bodyguard when we was up at the Rose Crawl. Man, that's my dog, man. What's up, champ? Thanks for tuning in, man. But no, y'all, we truly appreciate it. Stay humble, stay hungry, and always live your life to the fullest because tomorrow ain't promised to you. Thanks again, y'all, and we will see you guys next week, 8:30. We out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. The mother hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.